In the past 8 years, Mark and I have spent in excess of $150,000 on social media. I don't mean courses or programs. We probably spent another $50,000 on those. I mean $150,000 in consultants, experts, boosting, adverts, so on and so forth. And in today's episode, we want to share our learnings around social media with you. My name's Rob Yates. This is
Mark Hopkins.
And we're the founders of We Get Outdoors, and it's our job to help you grow your outdoor business or start your outdoor business that brings you huge amounts of excitement, fulfillment, and cash. Mr. Hopkins, how's the world?
Feel a little bit sick after you've just put that number out again. I sort of hidden that number in my head for a little bit and forgot about it. And now you brought it all back to me, so I now feel like I want to go away and you can do this on your own.
That's it. School fees. I think school fees is what we can call about it. So, first thing, Mark, social media, fashion, fad, or functional part of a business?
I think it becomes all three.
Ooh.
I think primarily you should see it as a functional part of your business. I think our human nature is it becomes a fad as well, because we get distracted by other stuff and we lose concentration and stuff. And what our biggest lesson with social media is, which we'll talk about, is consistency and then obviously the metrics behind it. So I think it fulfills all three. I think our school fees have come about because we try to do all three too often.
Yep.
And I think we are now in a place now where we've really learnt it as a core function of our business.
That's it. I think that one of the biggest challenges we've experienced in We Get Outdoors, and we see in other outdoor businesses, is businesses who are trying to ride multiple horses at the same time, i.e. they've got TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Libsyn, SoundCloud, like Snapchat, all going at the same time. And I think probably that's been one of our major learnings is you need to know who your customers are, what platform or platforms too they most enjoy and most engage with, and stick to those.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think, again, it's what too many people get wrong is what you've articulated right to do. Too many people go, what do I enjoy doing as a business owner and find the easiest to do? And I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to think business is going to come. Instead of thinking about where are my ideal customers hanging out the most and how do I adapt what it is that I do in order to get it in front of my ideal customer.
That's it. Yeah, almost at best, social media allows us to develop authority with customers, trust that we can do what we say we're doing, although we're as good as we say we are, and also shows the range of opportunities to customers. However, I remember when we started messing about with social media, we had all that traction. We did a Facebook Live every day for a year. Remember, at 9 p.m. every day, 365 days?
It killed us.
Including Christmas Day, 9 p.m. English time, every day for a year. And at that point in time, if you did huge amounts of volume of content, it was found. People found it by stumbling across it, by searching for it, because there's so much less content around on the internet. We now look when we do a Facebook Live to our Facebook page, if we don't pay money to it or do a few extra things to it, how many people see it?
Very, very, very. So for 58,000, we're lucky to get a few.
Yeah, we get a few. In fact, it's 0.0001% of your page like people will see your Facebook Live, for instance.
Pure luck.
By pure luck, or an image or a video piece that you put up there or whatever else. And in real terms, that's the same with Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, so on, and YouTube, so on and so forth. So what failings do you see other than the riding too many horses? What other failings do you see, Mark, that outdoor business owners we're engaging with are making with their social media at the moment?
A big one is they're focusing on the wrong metric, which is likes.
Yeah.
They think that likes is the way that the algorithm is going to support their business. That's the number one do, and they get so excited. And you've seen this like
That doesn't matter whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. From my knowledge, likes are worth
very, very little,
almost zero.
Yes, I think chasing likes is probably the number one thing that outdoor business owners get wrong.
I think a like, though, if you think about it and think about why that's the case, a like is a non-committed action. It's just a click or a tap. It's nothing more and nothing less.
And it makes you feel good.
Yeah, it makes the person clicking it feel good about themselves.
I've contributed.
Yeah. Whereas what you really need is you need as many comments, page follows, and shares as humanly possible. And really speaking, it's in that order. The shares, that's the gold medal at the Olympics, right? That's that's where somebody values what you've put out there so much that they want to share it with all of their friends on that platform as well. Be it put it in their Instagram story, share it on Facebook, whatever it may well be. I've gone brain dead for a second. Comments. That means they've had to go and take an action that people on their news feed or other people in the world will see that they've had something to say. And they've taken time to think about it. Whether they say it good or bad, irrelevant. And then liking or subscribing is great because they get to see more of your stuff, but it's not actually as valuable for you as you think it is unless it contributes then to the comments and the sharing afterwards.
Yeah. I think the thing that a lot of businesses get wrong, and we've seen this from so many of our clients, is that they believe just by putting content out there and doing a little bit is going to get the traction. Like we know, like you said, how much money we've spent, and we've grown our Facebook page and our tribe through a little bit of organic, but a lot of paid adverts, lots of boosting of images.
The right stuff in front of the right people.
So if you want to build a social media presence, get your checkbook out.
Or, I mean, it is still involving your checkbook, but or it might involve your checkbook. The other hack that we found that works really, really well is getting involved in a community of like-minded people who are willing to go and play, should we call it comment tennis?
Yeah.
So Mark puts something up for his business, lets the community know, and the other 25 or 50 of us in the community all go on that one post that Mark wants loving the most and goes and writes comments. I mean, we saw something from later.com I read this morning that said that 10 to 15 comments on Facebook is worth $50 worth of boosting. So if you think about that, it's probably cheaper to go and get 10 to 15 comments than it is to go and pay the $50.
But it takes more work and effort, which we know some people don't like doing.
Yeah, but let's be honest about it. I think that's the other problem with social media is it's the lazy person's approach to hoping they find more customers for their business. And we both know that lazy in business never produces results that people want. We feel busy and productive because we're taking an image and putting it on Instagram or on Pinterest. But it's, I said the other day, I think in another episode, we've gone to play golf and we're kidding ourselves that we're playing 18 holes, but really we haven't left the driving range yet. Or, we've gone to go surfing.
Yeah.
But we're just sat in the car or the truck looking at the surf. We haven't actually put our wetsuit on and got the board out of the trunk or off the roof rack and gone and actually surfed yet.
Yeah. I think it's important to say we are not social media experts.
We're pretty good at it now.
But we have learned so many school fees and spent so much money that we are able to pass on what we have done that's worked, and probably more importantly, what we have done that hasn't worked and cost us money.
Yeah. So I think if we just summarize this, first of all, social media is a way of developing trust in people, that you are who you say you are, you do what you say you do, and you're good at it.
And that you are a personality or person that I quite like to hang out a bit more with.
Spend time with, yeah. Even if you're making a product, you're still the Elon Musk behind the spaceship going to Mars.
Yeah.
You're still they might never get to meet Elon Musk, but he's still the face behind it. I think that social media in terms of sales is probably a dying thing at this point in time. I think social media in terms of bringing people into your sales funnel for your business with a giveaway, a freebie, an incentive, or something or other, I think that's a useful part for social media.
Well, I do think on that one, and I'm sure you've looked at your feed. Again, you said earlier about when we did the Facebook Lives every day, it was a quantity of stuff getting out there. If I go to my feeds now, especially on Instagram, I think Instagram for me is the worst, where out of every 5 posts, 3 are sponsored.
Yep.
And so again, if you are going to go down that route, you really have to invest the time in knowing who your target market is to make them stop. Because that's all it is. That thing needs to make them stop scrolling that goes, actually, I want to spend my next 10 seconds looking at it.
But if we take that and go into the comments and sharing place, right? It's very interesting because when I go onto Google, I type something in to solve a problem for myself, how to, whatever it may well be. And Google comes up and you get those top 3 to 4 Google opportunities for yourself that are sponsored, that are adverts, that have paid to be at the top of the number 1 page, front page of Google. And then beneath that, you get all the other businesses. I don't know about you, but it goes the same sponsored on Facebook and on Instagram as well. Is that usually I scroll straight past anything that's sponsored, straight past anything that's advertised, that's paid for, straight past those top 4 on Google, and I go normally to the top 3 providers who've got there organically. So how do you do that? You get people to comment and share. That's how you get there organically. That's how you get found. And you get found in a way where somebody else is saying that you're good and trustworthy, as opposed to your credit card simply saying that you're good and trustworthy. And that's the difference. And your credit card really is valueless when it comes to trust.
Yeah. It doesn't build a connection with the customer.
That's it.
And that's what social media needs to do.
That's it. It's got to build connections.
Connections. Comments, shares, connections.
That's it. So there's some thoughts for you on social media. If you're going to go and actually want to go surfing with your social media accounts, choose one board, not 18. Choose the one that's most right for your community, the one that they naturally engage with the best. That's the first one. When you get a very large platform on that, then considering moving onwards. We got 50,000 followers on our Facebook page or likes on our Facebook page before we stepped into YouTube. So that's a heads up. Secondly, if you want the chance to bounce off your social media usage off us, please go and click in one of the links below and go and book some time in our schedule and go and say, this is how I'm currently using, what do you think? And also, if you're interested in joining a community of people who will comment positively on your social media posts and expect you to do the same for them so that your posts arrive organically and naturally in front of a wider world because somebody else says they're great, then please drop us a line, info@wegetoutdoors.co. The email address is in the link below, and say, I want to join the community. And we'll come back to you in a few weeks' time and let you know how you can join that community and get all of your posts shared, liked, commented, everything organically, so your business comes off in the best possible light.